Our session is about to begin. Please take your seats. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, bom dia, good morning. From the beautiful city of Viana do Castelo, we are delighted to welcome to the European launch of the new European Solidarity Corps program. Dear participants, we now have the pleasure to welcome the European Commissioner for Innovation, Research, Culture, Education and Youth, Ms. Maria Gabriel. Madam Commissioner, you may take the floor.
Honorable Minister, dear Tiago, Mr. Mayor, dear Head of National Agencies, dear Margaritis, dear young people, ladies and gentlemen, it is a real pleasure to be here in Viana do Castelo to launch the new European Solidarity Corps. Viana is a symbolic place for this launch. For centuries, sailors and pilgrims have come here to show their devotion to Our Lady of Agony. And just before this ceremony, I talked to two extraordinary girls from Bulgaria. For another example, when in Eco School, what a great message. Young with young, for the Green Deal, for the future of Europe. I think that we need, and we know that we have, thanks to you, a lot of examples. What we need, and you can count on us, is to give more visibility and to popularize them in order to inspire others to be multipliers.
Dear participants, for our next intervention, we have the pleasure to welcome the Portuguese Minister of Education, Mr. Tiago Brandão Rodrigues. Dear Minister, the floor is yours.
Caro, dear Vice President of the European Commission, the Margaritas, defender of our condition of Europeans, of our way of seeing, of being, of feeling, and our way of life, which is so different. Dear Commissioner for Innovation, Research, Culture, Education, Youth, dear Maria.
Dear participants, we will now have the opportunity to listen to testimonies of the European Solidarity Corps volunteers. For the first intervention, we are happy to invite to the stage Ms. Blagovesta Kostadinova. Blagovesta, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. I'm super nervous. Yeah, and I will probably forget all the things I wanted to tell you because there are so many. But I think you already experienced some of them or you're about to experience them. This is not my experience abroad for the first time. I already been an Erasmus student in Poland for 3 semesters. And I can say definitely this was the best time of my life. I experienced so much, went to so many concerts, met so many new people, tasted so much food different, and saw so many beautiful places. And it was just magical. I can talk about it the whole day probably. This is my first volunteering project. It is in a little village next to Braga. It's called the Dim. There are many primary schools there with children around 10 to 16-year-old. And they're involved in many, many activities. Our school is very interesting because it's an eco school. And as far as I know from my awesome mentor, Antonio, this is one of the schools with most projects from Erasmus on national or international level. They try to include everybody in these projects, including some children with disabilities, and this is amazing. It's probably the first time I see in action how children and people overall with big disabilities can actually participate in everyday normal things for us. Like, for example, surfing. I experienced how a child in a wheelchair went to surf and had the time of his life, definitely. So much smiles and everybody was happy and it was so sincere and lovely. These activities are very interesting for everybody, not only for the children, but also for the staff, for the teachers. Everybody is smiling and cheering and trying to help you, and this is amazing. Great thing beside these activities like surfing or so on, it's the eco garden they have in the school. So we prepare many things for the eco garden, me and my roommate, the other volunteer from Bulgaria. We plant and water the flowers, and it may seem easy task, but actually isn't. You feel the plants as your own children, to be honest. Sometimes they die, and you're like, oh my God, what did I do? But other times you water and making this big spray of water, and you can see making yourself a rainbow, and you're like, oh my God, I'm the sun, I'm making a rainbow, and you feel so amazed by that. And I don't know, at my home in Bulgaria, I never had the chance to water a garden like that, so it's a great experience. And now when I'm back, I will definitely plant many things in my apartment. What else I can tell you? Well, how this changed me, this whole experience, it constantly changes you. Even when I'm back and I don't have the chance anymore to participate since I'm getting older and already expanded the period, I will non-stop talk about these activities, definitely. Both Poland experience, Portugal experience, hopefully the others, because I constantly try to promote it between the other young people, between the people I know, because indeed this is a great opportunity. It may sound as a cliche and just words, but it's not. It definitely changes you, teaches you to be more patient, more independent, more flexible. All these things you probably know already. And definitely teaches you to be more in solidarity. You learn so much things, like how to cook, how to clean. Not like you don't know it at home, but here you are like definitely doing it because you have to take care of your roommates, of your neighbors. You have to learn new laws for the country you are in. And yeah, see, I started to forget already what I wanted to tell you. But basically that is, I mean, you already know, you made a great choice coming here. And I would definitely recommend you to don't stop doing that, go abroad, not only as a student, not only as a volunteer, go abroad, talk about it, make the change, because definitely we are the next generation, but we are all together in that. Old, new, coming generation, we are all in that, and we are the ones who are going to make change in everything, ecology, solidarity, digitalizing the world, and anything. We are the ones who have to make the change, so do that, don't give up, and enjoy your staying. Even if you have some troubles here, it's still a good experience. You can change that. You can be the next one who's not going to do it this way and going to do it the better way. That's all.
Thank you very much, Blagovesta.